date, I think. In fact, there's a good chance that Mike will be working. Right, Larry? Should we try that? Mike? Why not? Just in case, yeah? Is it working? It wasn't working before. See, it's not. All right, you can use mine. How about that? We are so lucky this isn't scripted and professional. I know. God. Yeah. Oh, they do? Oh, they all have head mics. We're good. I know. No refunds, you guys. No refunds. Not one. Not one refund. Consider this a learning experience. We have our own culture here in Beaumont. Lots of breeze, lots of air, lots of hot air, breezing. Okay. It's looking good, don't you think? All right. And if you think the setup is fun, just wait till they start talking. Okay, here we go. It's coming. Wait for it. Wait for it. Are we ready? Okay, good. Here it goes.
Welcome to Weekend Update News. I'm Tom Shelley.
And I'm Yvette Thomas.
Tonight we have some news from around the world, within the U.S., and even some local news to share. So sit back, listen closely, and thank you for joining us.
Recently, a California high school girls basketball coach was suspended for showing poor sportsmanship when he didn't stop the game when the score was 78-1. Instead, his team continued to play and won the game at, ready, 161-2.
In related news, the losing team, Bloomington High School, just promoted Julie Lynch, their 5'2" sophomore, to center as a result of her scoring the most points in a season with 6.
This is true stuff.
Utah state lawmakers claim that legalizing the cultivation of marijuana in the state could lead to wild rabbits to get high on it and lose their natural instinct. Wouldn't that be a shame, Yvette? Marijuana activists were hopping mad by this report and proved in their own study that humans under the influence of marijuana engaged in more sex, not less.
True. Told you.
Thus, they translated to rabbits, this ultimately will increase their reproduction rate, not inhibit it. Calls to the state were greeted with a message which said, hey man, don't bug us, we're doing our own thing.
For sure. Weekend Update recognizes its responsibility to present opposing viewpoints on editorial. And here with an editorial reply, we are very happy to have a good friend of the station's with us. Ms. Emily Latella is here to talk about the issue regarding the increase in violence on television. Ms. Latella? Oh, and she's old and she's slow. Come on, honey. We'll help you sit down. Got my glasses?
What's all this fuss I keep hearing about not showing violins on television? Now, why don't parents want their children to see violins on television? I thought the Leonard Bernstein concerts were just lovely. If they only
Miss Satella, it's violence on television that we're opposed to, not violins. It's violence.
Oh, that's different.
Never mind. The Kansas State Senate has passed a bill that would see elementary and high school teachers arrested if they assign subject matter deemed harmful to children. If it becomes a law, it will ban books, artwork, and other material that depicts nudity, sexual contact, or sexual excitement from schools. Teachers found guilty could face up to 6 months in jail.
Well, I guess I see National Geographic's readership and subscription rates going to nil. Or parents hiding them along with their Playboy. Really? National Geographic pornographic? I tend to think some of you Kansas senators need to talk to your kids about sex before you pass this bill into law. Hey, you 4 senators with ex-spouses who are teachers, we at Weekend News feel this is not the way to get back at them.
In local news, everyone in Four Seasons is thrilled that the new pool and exercise lodge named the Summit has finally opened. But was it someone at the wine club after 2 bottles of wine who made the decision to keep it open until 7? And we're not crybabies. Why not keep it open the same hours as a lodge? You guys, what's that all about?
I agree with you on that one, Yvette. A Florida man, Ellis Houston, claims that his gray Persian cat, Barton, was killed in a car accident due to multiple injuries and buried. However, Mr. Houston believes that after 5 days, Barton miraculously managed to claw his way out of the grave and return home to his master. And here to tell his story, Mr. Ellis Houston.
Hello, Tom and Yvette.
Well,
You can call me Ellis. And this is Barton. Would you like to pet him? He's very relaxed.
hello to both of you. Ellis, it seems that you and Barton are very close. Tell us, how did you find Barton after 5 days?
It was so strange. I came home from seeing my shrink. I've been so depressed lately. And there he was, sitting in front of my front door, shivering. It was a cold, windy day, and I felt bad for him. It's a miracle. Don't you agree?
Well, I don't know if miracle is the right word, but it's definitely an interesting story. Don't you see any major changes in Barton since the accident, such as his eating habits, or playfulness, or being able to meow?
Obviously, now I have to carry him everywhere because of his injuries. You're right on his eating, though. He doesn't seem to have much of an appetite. And his purr is a little softer than I remember. But I know, this is my heart boy.
It is amazing for sure. Thank you, Ellis and Barton, for coming on the news and sharing your story with us. I'm sure you will have a lifetime of happy years together.
Lately, the weather in the U.S. has been very lopsided. Apparently, Mother Nature feels that there's only so much to go around. Some places have too much, while other places have the opposite. While the Northeast and so many other places are socked in with snowstorm after snowstorm, the Pacific Southwest has been having a record-breaking warm winter. To those of you in the Northeast, we say,
On a similar topic, Governor Rick Scott of Florida has announced legislation that would make it illegal to use the words climate change and/or global warming when communicating with him. The governor received a letter from a high school student stating, and I quote, How will not saying climate change or global warming change the fact that the problem exists? Hey man, if I can figure it out, why can't you? Signed a 10th grade high school student. President Obama and Cuba have been in the news a lot lately regarding opening up travel and trade restrictions. Things have been going hunky-dory until Cuba brought up Guantanamo Bay. President Obama has not responded yet, but our Treasury and our Commerce Department have already unveiled a new set of rules.
Well, if things get real sticky, all President Obama has to do is get President Clinton involved. Much like Dennis Rodman in North Korea. I mean, who knows more about Cuban cigars than President Clinton? Well, with that thought, let's sign off.
Good night.
Good night.
Weekend.